pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best.
Even Roy Jones Jr. has voiced his surprise at Terence Crawford's transformation into a beast in training, particularly since the conclusion of the press conference. Crawford has been irrational. Many believe that Terence Crawford was terrified by Canelo's self-assurance, but in reality it strengthened his resolve. His trainers in particular have been asking him to do more in the gym, and he has been demonstrating this at training camp. During an interview, Roy Jones Jr. discussed his training, saying, "Canelo clearly has an advantage over Crawford, but Crawford is training like it and is coming with a lot of confidence. This guy is hitting harder than ever, based on the clips. I recently watched his pace and form give the impression that he is yet 147.
How does that go down? Just break it down for us a little bit. We want to see it obviously happen.
I ain't gonna break it down to you. You know what I mean? How strategy is leaving with my hand, you know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, sums it up in a little bit of.
Interviewed Terence Crawford is serious about the Canelo fight, as seen by the crazy training videos that have boxing experts and fans buzzing. Crawford has the proper weight strategies and tactics to defeat Canelo Alvarez. The only thing left to do is watch how he handles himself on fight night. As part of his preparations, Crawford has made several early training videos public, including a shadow boxing session in the ring. The American released his hands to demonstrate his range of abilities, which included a fast jab and some deft combos. Crawford's body appeared noticeably thicker in the video, which is an obvious indication that he is already working on his fighting weight. There are now varying views throughout the boxing community regarding his current state. One person wrote, "Extremely sharp, he kept up his speed, put on weight, and developed greater strength." Another concurred, "He looks fantastic. It appears that he will attempt to outbox Canelo. That is definitely how he can win the battle." One added, "As always, Crawford appears incredibly sleek and crisp. Because Canelo is slower, he will win." Others weren't so sure, and some of them proposed, "It appears like he has lost his speed. Looked more slowly. This might not be good." A user agreed and added, "It appears aged, sluggish and almost 40. He will be retired by Canelo." The last fan came to this conclusion. "He seems slow in this division, but I'm not ruling him out." The exact appearance of Crawford on fight night is still unknown. The American is already a 4-weight world champion. After spending years fighting at his natural weight of 147 pounds, he could become a real great if he defeats Alvarez. With 3 months until the night that will define his career, he has already arrived in camp. However, he has demonstrated that he can overcome obstacles, as seen by his difficult victory over Israel Madramov on points for the world title last year. On fight night, Alvarez will be the clear favorite due to his inherent size advantages over his opponent. Even though he regained his title in May, he also had trouble defeating William Skull in his most recent match. Crawford is aware that winning will be the greatest statement he has ever made and the pinnacle of his career. He thinks he has some personal advantages that will enable him to defeat the Mexican, he declared. We'll see what my advantage is when it comes time to battle. I'm the kind of man that prefers to sense my fighters' emotions and adapt to their actions. Being able to identify every opponent I've met thus far is, in my opinion, my best quality. When it comes time for a battle, I want to do the same. I will feel fantastic at 168 pounds when the Canelo bout takes place. The weight isn't a concern for me. I'm sure I'll feel fantastic. Interview as he prepares to meet two-time undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas on September 13th. Two-weight undisputed champion Terence Crawford will face the most difficult test of his career. Denying that he is actively practicing for the bout has been the best mental strategy he has used in Canelo preparation. Brady questioned Crawford how hard he was working, which brought up the subject of training in a recent Ring magazine video that included Dana White, Shaquille O'Neal, Canelo, and Crawford himself. The reaction was surprising. I'm not working out very hard. Really, I'm not even training. He clarified that he was trying to prevent early burnout. I put my all into my workouts at the gym. I don't want to receive too much training. I want to keep everything for the battle.
Now I'm not training hard. I'm not even training, really. I don't want to overtrain because me personally, when I go in the gym, I give my all. And I don't want to burn myself.
Although unexpected, Crawford's strategy might be more strategic than reckless. He preferred strength training and recuperation to continuous, intense workouts. His approach differs from that of fighters such as George Kambosos Jr., who was admitted to the hospital due to weariness just before a battle. Crawford appears committed to avoiding the dangers of overtraining. There is crucial background information behind his comments, though, as the video was shot prior to Canelo's fight with William Skull on May 3rd, indicating that Crawford's less intense preparation period was probably months ago. Signs point to a noticeable increase in intensity since then. Crawford was spotted working out at the Mike Tyson gym last week after traveling to Riyadh for a press appearance.
Scared as shit, and you're gonna find that out. And as you've seen, the last press conference,
we'll see.
when I walked you down, when you supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you're fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like you're a great fighter. But you find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
And it's gonna be different from you as well.
Question for Canelo.
The last fighters that you fought.
Interviewed, he worked out thoroughly, performing jump rope, heavy bag drills, shadow boxing, and core exercises in the video that Ring magazine released. Crawford was alert and concentrated during the visit, indicating that training is now underway. It's interesting to note that Crawford has not requested rematch clauses, catchweight rules, or even rehydration restrictions. Regarding Alvarez, he stated, "I want him at his best. Win or lose, Crawford is making no place for excuses because he is confident in his preparation and abilities."
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look.
It's gonna be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Same shit that everybody else been saying since.
Interview, there are still concerns about whether this strategy will provide him an advantage or leave him unprepared as the fight gets closer. There is no doubt that Terence Crawford is placing a wager that his perseverance and accuracy will propel him to prominence, in addition to its magnitude. The boxing world will be watching the September 13th fight in Las Vegas between the unbeaten Terence "Bud" Crawford and Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez, because of the mounting rumors regarding Crawford's future after this historic fight, according to authoritative figures in his inner circle, such as a prominent Mayweather dynasty member. A triumph against Canelo might signal the conclusion of a storied career.
Your answer right there.
Hi, Terence. What do you think about
I wouldn't say I'm chasing Canelo. I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter in today's sports of boxing, other than myself. and I would just, you know.
Interview, remember to enable alerts so you can be informed when we publish high quality stuff like this. Till the next occasion.